So if you are somebody who gets overwhelmed with the idea of organizing or decluttering, this series may be for you. Hi everyone. We are starting a new series. It's going to be called 5-Minute Fridays. Our goal is going to be to tackle one area in 5 minutes. It might be a drawer, it might be a shelf, but it is to just focus on small wins. Today, we're gonna have a bonus section because I am gonna do 2 5 minutes. You do not have to do it, but I know that it's probably needed in my circumstance. So what I have is my drink bar area that has a refrigerator and 2 small freezer drawers. And so I will declutter and organize those first for my first 5-Minute Friday. And then we'll have a bonus section following right after of my regular freezer. This is in my kitchen, and it is a pull-out drawer that has a top shelf and a bottom shelf, and we'll see how much we can get through. So if you want to go to yours and do it along with me, let's do it. You do not have to do the whole thing. If I don't get through the whole thing, I'm okay with it. If you have one of the stand-up freezers or a side-by-side refrigerator where you just need to go ahead and do 1 shelf or 2 shelves, whatever fits into 5 minutes, let's do it together. I have a smaller freezer and refrigerator here, and I need to go through the bottom freezers and not worry about cleaning everything out. Just looking at anything that might have freezer burn, is really old, might need to be let go. So this is not necessarily do everything beginning to end. We do not have to do everything at one time. So that's the purpose of our 5-Minute Fridays. I hope you're gonna enjoy this series. Let's jump in. All right, I have our little timer. All right, guys, we're going to start. So in here, I have some unusual things. I have, chilled glasses, but I also have these ceramics, and I'm afraid that they're gonna break if I put them on something. And then there's these like ice blocks. I don't know. I'm gonna put these aside. The fact of the matter is we have not used them. We don't do this, so we're gonna get rid of that. And that leaves me with about 5 glasses, and I'm gonna have to pull some out to be cleaned or go through the dishwasher. And actually, we'll do that for all of them. And on this side, I just have ice. So now this side's empty. I'll check those glasses, see which ones we want to keep, and then they will come back in here. Down here, I have mostly ice. This is ice. Let me bring you down. All right. So in here, these are ice, big ice cubes. This is for my fantasy me. They have been in here for so long, but I put berries and orange slivers in here, thinking I would add them and make them all fancy. That's the fantasy me. I have not done it. I'm not gonna do it, so they need to go. And these couches, oh gosh. Okay, that's gonna close. Down here is also when we pack things. This is a great idea, by the way, is to take old bottles and fill them up with water and then freeze them. And so it packs really well in an ice chest and will stay for a long time. I have all of these packets. We don't need that many of them. I'm actually gonna get rid of the smaller ones. So there's 4 smaller ones, 5, 6. Oh goodness. I'm gonna keep this for our ice chest. And this is little gel packs. I haven't used them. I'm not gonna keep two. I'm gonna keep one because if I have a little kid come and they get a scrape or need a little gel pack, then we'll keep that. Ooh, a popsicle I've forgotten about. That's my reward for cleaning today. And then this is supposed to be, you fill it up, and I got it off of Amazon. You fill it up with water. It becomes an ice stick, and then you're able to use it to like rub and do like an ice treatment. I've done it one time. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and donate that. I'll donate this. And then guys, I'm almost done. So guys, I bought 2 of these thinking that my dad and I could have root beer floats. And he's passed on now. So that was really the purpose I purchased them for. I'm gonna go ahead and donate these. So what I will be left with, and I have to ask my husband about this because we don't drink that, but I don't know who did or does. Ooh, I'm gonna donate that too, or trash it. So I will have 2 of these in here, and then my Yeti blue ice, and then these Nordic ices. Okay. Actually, we'll leave these up here and put all of our ice down here. So I just did reorganizing. I've got all this empty space. And we are done in 5 minutes. I took a little bit more time because I'm talking to y'all, but in theory, I could have gotten through that just a little bit faster with quick decisions, but now I'll spend another 2 or 3 minutes going over what I'm getting rid of and how much we're decluttering. These little ice cubes off of Amazon, I'm going to let those go. I'll donate them. And these 2 glasses, my sweet papa who's no longer here, we could have enjoyed those, but I'm gonna let those go. I'm going to donate these and this one. I've got 7 of these packets that I'm gonna go ahead and let go. I have several more that we are fine with. I don't need this many. I will trash this. I don't know who came to visit us and used it, but it's gonna go down the drain, and it's a mason jar, so I'll save the jar for canning. So I bought these beautiful mugs, and they're stunning. They're a little bit big for coffee or hot tea, and that's why we had them in the freezer. Because if somebody would like a cold beer, how fun would it be to put in there? We have not used them because my husband uses these glasses, but I'll have the conversation with him if we want to start using these or let them go, but something's gotta go because we're just not using them. These glasses that are chilled, I think my husband's going to want all of them, but I'll just double check with him to see if we can declutter any. But I'm gonna throw all those in the dishwasher, and then I'm gonna wipe down that shelf, and then I'll be done. But guys, I'm hoping that you are enjoying this. So even though we're calling this 5-Minute Fridays, the after effect, especially because I talk, might take me a few minutes more. But I think if we just mentally prepare ourselves for that, we're saying 5 minutes to let us do the task. And then it might take a few minutes to put it in your donation box or your trash and those type of things. I'm excited to do this series with you and see what fun we can have with it and see what we get rid of, what we clean out, what we organize. Bonus, I found a popsicle, so this is my reward for organizing. So I took the time to go ahead and clean this since there's not a lot in there, and I'm using my doTERRA On Guard all-purpose concentrated cleaner, which is a great investment. And we'll put it all back together and be done. Dun, da, da, da. These are all washed now, and you can go back in here. Nice and clean. And we still have space. Hey guys, since this is our first 5-Minute Friday, I know that my drink bar is not what everybody has. And so your freezer may not have looked like that. And so we're gonna go ahead and do 5 minutes bonus on my refrigerator that is in the kitchen. If you want to go to yours and do it along with me, let's do it. You do not have to do the whole thing. If I don't get through the whole thing, I'm okay with it. Whatever fits into 5 minutes, let's do it together. The best laid plans, guys. I wasn't recording. I set everything up. I was ready to go. And for this bottom freezer in my kitchen, it did not record. So I'm going to explain to you what I did in those 5 minutes. And let's see how long that takes. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, guys. So up here, I have my fruits like berries. I just moved the bananas from the bottom to up here because I wanted to put like things with like things. I have a plum pulp, I guess, or juice, and then some pineapple back here. And then in this back little section, and I do love these bins from the Dollar Tree, I have my peppers as well as bell peppers and so forth. Oh, got a hair on. And I had one of them down below, and so I moved it up here. And then I had these Canadian bacon and this one down below, and I moved that, but the rest of the sausage was already up here. I'm gonna do that so it doesn't keep beeping at us. So that top drawer was really quite easy. This one down here was a little bit more of a mess. So on this side over here, I have all of my ice packs, and there are a couple that my husband uses. There are a couple that my husband uses, and then I use the others for my neck. And then on this right side, I have some frozen strawberries from the garden. I have about 3 bags of those. They weren't all together. They were kind of mixed up, so I moved them together. I have some turkey sausage, and then I have a bunch of edamames and some okra. I found this bag of broccoli that I was going to get rid of, but I remembered that I wanted to keep it to make broccoli cheese soup. So I went ahead and decided to keep those. But I had about 4 packages of edamames that had an expiration date or a goodbye date of a year ago. So I'm going to try to eat some of the edamames tonight. Otherwise, give them to our animals. And that opened up quite a bit of space on this section right here. And then down here, I have some meats, like this is stew meat and some boudin balls that some neighbors of ours made for us that can be cooked. And then we have, which we love this, by the way, because they have individual patties. So if my husband wants to just cook himself 1 or 2, then that makes it really easy. And so I put those there. And so I ended up with a lot of space. And all of it was a lot of shuffling around. So just describing that to you took almost 4 minutes. So it's kind of like originally recording it, right? Oh, goodness. So if you are shadowing and doing the same thing, then I'm going to keep this timer going so you can keep working. What I'm going to do in the upcoming snippets, what I'm going to do, I can't edit that now because I'm on the timer, so you get to see my bloopers real time. But what I'm going to do, or what you'll see in the upcoming snippets, is what I actually got rid of and why, and that'll give you a full view. And then I do actually take the extra time to wipe it down because there was something sticky at the bottom. In a normal 5-minute Friday, I don't know that I would always do that, but you get to choose if you want to do a little bit more or not. For me, that stickiness, I could not tolerate. It had to go. All right, so we're getting you down to the countdown. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks for being gracious with my faux pas of not recording. This is what I am keeping. This is the food that I am getting rid of. And when I say getting rid of, I actually might eat some of these edamames today. And we can throw some out for the animals. The animals out here in the country will eat it. And so that is all that came out of there. And then these 3, I'm going to go ahead and donate. So I'm going to pause and go ahead and wipe this down, and then I'll be done. But the breads will go over here, and all my neck wraps will go over here, and then I'll be in good shape. I think that's going to be sticky. What is that? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I'm using my doTERRA cleaner. This is not part of the 5 minutes, but there is something very sticky in here, and I just, because of that stickiness and I could not unsee it, I had to attack it. So you don't have to do this, but I have to. And I guess that's the danger of doing a 5-minute Friday. Maybe it should be a 10-minute Thursday. Or a 10-minute Tuesday, that we organize and declutter for 5 minutes, and then we do any quick clean for 5 minutes. Maybe that's the ticket. Those baskets are the best thing. So here's a look at the top. Fruits here, some breakfast items here, Italian sausage, peppers there. Got some veggies here, some different boudin balls and stuff, and big bags of strawberries there. And then we cleaned out quite a bit. So this was overflowing and it looks great. All right, guys. That was our 5-minute Friday, plus the bonus one. I hope you'll join me on this series, and not just join me to watch, but actually tackle something that you have for 5 minutes once I set that timer, and we can do it together. There's more to come, as my dad always closed his voicemail messages. Bye for now.